Assalamu alaikum everyone. We are group 7 of B1 consisting of Qazi Ishaq Ahmed 77, 91 Monir Hossain, Tasnim Nishat Islam 92 and Tahsin Sir Choudhury 95. Our project title is Traffic Light Simulation for Doel Chattor using digital logic circuits and RGB LEDs. Our objective is to design automated traffic control with no microcontroller, only with RGB LEDs and digital logic circuits. We have the feature of traffic light in each junction having red, yellow and green light implemented. Also, we have the pedestrian traffic light with red waiting and cross for blue light, and the remaining time of red signal we display with the 7-segment display for one signal, and the signals can be manually switched with a push button. Here first we will see the map of Doel Chattor. Here we can see all the roads have two lanes, that means they are both way roads. And here first we see the Dhaka Gate Road, that is the University Street, the High Court Street, the Curzon Hall Street and the Secretariat Road. Next, we see the traffic light positions. Here we see each of the traffic lights are implemented in the corner of the roads and the pedestrian light is placed. Here we see red, green and yellow light for the transportation ones, and only green and red, in our case blue and red, here implemented. Let's go to the logic circuit part of our design. Here first we use a 555 timer to get the red and green signals for the transportation traffic signal part, and we generate a clock pulse of 1 second, which is defined by R1 plus 2 R2 into C2. Next, we have shown the schematic diagram of the circuit. Here R1 and R2 is displayed here, whereas C1 we have used 10 microfarad to reduce the jitter and get more stability in the circuit. The circuit design implemented is shown.
Hello, I'm Tasin Saad, roll 95. I will be describing the logic of a traffic light circuit. In our circuit, we use the IC4017, which is a Johnson counter, to divide the signals. As there are 4 cases of traffic lights, we use the output 0, 2, 4 and 6 for the 4 green light cases. And all the cases consist of 1 green light and 3 red lights. And when one of the lights is green, the rest of the traffic lights will display the color red. For the yellow cases, we use the alternate outputs such as the outputs 1, 3, 5 and 7. And for the pedestrians, we put out a separate output, which is output 8, and output 9 is connected to the reset pin so that it resets the IC. Each of our outputs goes through a transistor so that the current is boosted and the lights glow brighter. For the yellow cases, all the red lights will be on. So we shorted the reds to yellow through diodes, so there is no reverse current. And the last case is for the pedestrians. As we can see, Doel Chattor is a roundabout, so there is no way for people to go across the junction. So we put up a separate case for the pedestrians to cross the roads when all the traffic lights will be red, and the pedestrians lights will remain red for all the cases except for when there is an output in output 8, which we connected through shorting all the yellow lines and all the red lines to the red traffic lights, and the pedestrians light will turn blue when output 8 gets a signal.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Ishraq, ID 77. We have installed a timer to keep track of how much longer it will take for street 1 to turn green. In our project, this is the High Court Street. To count the signal, we used a 4-bit up-down counter. To count the numbers, it outputs 0. Through a NOT gate, the enable input T pin was connected to the green LED of the first street. The load pin is connected to the 4017 Johnson counter's first output. As a result, whenever the Johnson counter's first output is high, the down counter resets the value to 7, which is the default value. The enable T pin stops the counter whenever the first street LED turns green. The output from the counter was converted to a lighting 7-segment display using a DCD code to a 7-segment display IC. This work was done with the IC 7447. These IC's input and output pins are fairly straightforward. Finally, to display the result, we used a common anode 7. Following that, there will be a demonstration of how to manually switch the streetlights on and off. With this, we have completed all of the project's requirements. From here, my next partner will continue. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum, I'm Monir Hossain, ID 91. I will be showing the demonstration of our project. This is our final model of this project. We have 4 roads connecting the circular junction. If you start the simulation, we can see that the light starts blinking as it's supposed to be. But the pedestrian lights and the red lights are too dim to notice. Therefore, we have decided to demonstrate each part individually. At first, let's look at the timer circuit. Now let's add the main circuit to the timer. Now let's add the remaining time circuit. As we can see, this circuit works fine. Finally, let's add the pedestrian lights. The upper portion of the circuit is the pedestrian lights. We have used 2 green lights and 2 red lights as demonstrating purposes. We have already showed how our manual controlling of the circuit works. With all this feature of this project are implemented, thank you for your time.